Yeah.
I'm sharing the screen. Okay. So what we discussed in the last class, we discussed about farm tag along. We discussed about input, input, and in input discussed about text, right, and password, email, and color, range, and that's it. And submit, reset. Yeah, these are not type attributes, of course, right? And we discussed name attribute and ID and what placeholder. Okay. So use of the name is what? So you're giving a name to the text box. So when you're collecting the data, the input element, so using name will get the and ID. What is the purpose of ID? Generally, label no. Using label will give label to the input element. We have these many other attributes. What are they? Action and action used to redirect to some page. Methods two types: and post. If you use get, data will pass through the URL. If you use post, data will pass through get. Default action is redirect to the same page. Default method is use it of some other two tags. Reset element, form element, and use one more tag name called
Legend.
lesson. Okay, thanks. Going to use major topics. One is radio button. One is drop down. Select the tab. Radio. This is type actually. Type radio. Then you want to write some quiz exam. So choose the following options. So at the time you need some radio buttons. Or else if you want to select gender, you need radio buttons, right? Radio dot I'm going to give male and female gender, okay? And put height, gender form,
Accept.
not giving any buttons or something because I want male and female radio buttons and I can follow right. Select any one of them. Because, for example, when you're selecting gender, you will select any one of them. What happened?
Male will get unmarked.
Yeah, it will deselect and it will select, right? What happened? Both selected because no, if you tell them you belong to the same group, now these two radio buttons feel like these two radio buttons belongs to two different groups. Okay, so make them same group using name attribute.
Same name to both of them.
Radio button. It is very important. So this what is the purpose of this? Gender, right? One is deselected and the female is selected. Radio button. And submit. So it have a name, right? And what is the predefined? What is the method? Default method? Get. When I click on submit, so automatically the selected value will pass through the URL. Okay. When I click on submit, what will happen? Male will assign to the gender and it will pass through the URL. But what pass through the URL? Because you are not provided a value. Right? You are not given any value. So if you provide a value, then it will pass through the URL with the gender. Correct? Yeah. So what is the attribute required here? Value. Attribute name, value. Value attribute, we can provide something value to the input element. Whether that is radio button, whether that is checkbox, whether that is input element type text, email, anything. Using value attribute, we can provide value to that particular text box. This is for mail.
Male.
Now see what will happen.
Gender is male.
I will create a task now. It is a quiz task. Quiz. I think you know about quiz, right? Quiz dot HTML. Going to create form and inside maybe I'm giving some H2 or H4. Okay. Maybe H1 or H2 is application. Here, right, this form I just want to have option. We have different options, 4 options.
Radio button.
Radio. We need 4 options. Belong. We need labels. So first option, maybe that is A. And try to keep relationship between these two. For that, I will give this my first option. Get random information. Or else you can give one more to that like that, because just providing relationship between these two, no? ID. Here you have to give.
Om Namah Shivaya.
So you have to give 5, and that is second. You're getting right? It's clear, right? Third, and next what? Fourth. Okay. So try to stop the old one and start the new one. Yeah, clear, right? Everyone selected, all the options selected. So how to make them a group using
Same name.
using name. Value is the uniqueness. It means for every radio button you are giving a separate value. If you want to group them, you need name attribute. And question 1, right? I'll just give it question 1. And you need one more attribute. What is that? Value attribute. Because you want to separate. So value is what? A like that. Selecting any one of them and need a submit button. Submit. So don't record all of them. Don't need label for that. Now click on submit. So question 1 I selected AAA. Selecting BBB. Clear, right? Okay. So if you want, you can write the second one also. Same like that. You can take H2. H4, same. Yeah, need at least 10 questions like this. Okay. So when you click on submit, show me question 1, something option, selected option. And question 2, like that you have to show. Now, these are our question 1s, right? I given 8 options as question 1 only, Q1. So I'm selecting D. If I select here, what will happen? It is also select, right? What about this? because you given Q1 for all. Okay, so you have to separate the second one. So separate with the name. And you can change the values even. So try to add meaningful values. See, I'm selecting this, I'm selecting this. See, question 1 A, and question 3 I selected C. Clear? So, yeah, uh, maybe you written so many quiz exams, right? Quiz kind of things. Yeah, every question paper prepared like that. If you written any online exam, they prepare like this. Okay, but in that you are getting some dynamic data. Here we written some static data, but both are almost same. Okay, any questions? Clear? Yeah, what is the use of radio button? No questions, no answers. What is the use of radio button? From a group, selecting one. That's it. Select one from a group using radio button. So, yeah. Then we are going to talk about checkbox. Okay?
Sir, in that we have used ID now.
Right. I used ID for a purpose. What is the purpose? For the labels.
In the labels we have given for.
Yeah, here we are given for, here we are giving ID. This for is creating the relationship between this label to input element.
Okay.
Okay. Input
If
element
it
you have to
makes any difference if we not use that one.
if you not use for, then what will happen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
If we don't use it, what will be the issue?
It will not select generally. So I just remove ID of this. So if you click on this, it's not selected.
Okay.
But if I click on this, it's selected. So it's simple. It is an input element. It is a label. I just create a relationship between these two. For label I used for input I used ID.
Okay.
Okay. Use labels. Maybe here I'm going to select hobbies for example. So what is my for example? You just try to give cricket and try to give maybe I'm interested to play chess also. I'm interested to play maybe maybe carom. Cricket I already mentioned. Football. Okay. Stop this and start this one. Okay. to use break here. Yeah. If you want to click on cricket, it is not selected, right? Yeah, I want to give relation. What to do? Try to provide ID. Want to create relation. For input you have to give ID. For label you have to give for. What is the ID? What is the for? ఈ లేబుల్ కి ఈ ఇన్పుట్ కి రిలేషన్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేయాలి? ఇన్పుట్ కి ఏమో ఐడి ఇవ్వాలి, ఇక్కడేమో ఫర్ ఇవ్వాలి. ఓకేనా? సో ఈ రెండు మ్యాచ్ అయినాయి అనుకోండి, ఈ రెండు గ్రూప్ అయిపోతాయి. సో వెన్ ఐ క్లిక్ ఆన్ దిస్ లేబుల్ ఇట్ విల్ సెలెక్ట్. ఓకే, అదే అదే ఇంతకు చూసాం కదా, జస్ట్ ఇంతకుముందు చూసాం. మీరు కావాలంటే తీసేసుకోండి. Remove that file. It will not select. Now if you click on this cricket, it is selected. Okay? Yeah. ID something says and try to give file. What I have to give? Says. If you give another name, it will not select. Same way. Just giving F ball and I'm giving channel and try to provide ID here. Channel as well as you can give ID F ball. Okay, so I want to give same name to all the elements. Okay, same like radio button. I want to group them. Let's go. I'm just giving copy. Okay, so I selected this. If I click on this, what will happen?
It will also get selected.
Okay, so by using them, we will group them. But how this radio button function is what? From group we can select one. What is the use of checkbox? From group
We can one or more.
Okay, so for example, in this class, if I ask someone, I want to ask a question to a single person. Okay, so that is radio. I'm creating a group, three people like that, and I'm asking a question like this. Any three people will answer, no? Even three people will answer. So, like with this is it means you can select multiple, one or many. That's our choice. But in radio, you can select only one. Okay. Generally, if you see terms and conditions, we will have 3 to 4 check boxes. We can select many. But if you see in radio buttons, we can select any one of them. We can't select all. Okay. Yeah. And here we have to provide the value also. For what? Because if when HOB is passed in the URL, you have to give that particular value. Every input element have its unique value. Okay, so this. Okay, select any one of the two. Okay, click on cricket. Sorry, submit. Then what it shown me? HOV chess, HOV carrom. Okay, so in interview, for example, if interviewer asked you, because you're beginners, right? What is the use of a radio? What is the use of checkbox? Then you have to tell them, using radio, we can select anyone from the group, as well as same checkbox also we can select multiple from the group. Okay. And next, we need to talk about drop downs. Yeah, I'm trying to use form tag, and inside you can use select inside the select. I think you know drop down, right? No, drop downs. You can see, choose some options like this, like this. Okay. So generally, um, when you're entering your date of birth, so maybe day that is 1 to 31, and months from January to December, maybe years from 1990 to 2024. So those, if you click on that drop down, then that options will open, right? Yeah. So the topic name is select. Inside we have options. Okay. So you can give option, not object, it's option. Option. So I want to select anyone. Okay. Male, female. Okay. You can see this. Whether we can select any one of them. Okay. What is the radio? What is the difference between radio button and this drop down? Here. Right. But there is no difference. Okay. Technically, there is no difference. Only the difference is presentation. Like in UI, in user interface, there is difference. For example, maybe you want to show, you want to select any one of 30 options. If you use radio button with 30 options, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, option 5, so 15 options in the first line, again 15 options in the second line. It not looks good. Okay? So if you have many options, go with the drop down. If you have many options, go with the drop down. If you have less options, go with the radio button. Okay? So the radio buttons as well as this drop downs doing same. There is no difference. Okay? Yeah. Next. Try to provide name to the select, that is a gender example, and try to give value to all the options like male, or else you can give other values 0, 1, 0, 2. Okay? So if you select male, in the URL you can find gender equal 0, 1. If you select female, what will happen? You can see 0, 2. Yeah. Hit a submit button and click on submit. Yeah. Selected female. Gender 0.2. Select male, click on 0, 1. For example, if you forget to give value, what will happen? It will it will consider this text as value. Okay, so click on submit. Male will pass. Select female. Okay, so I will tell you. For example, your text as well as your value same. No need to give value. Sometimes your text and your value will be different. Then you have to provide the value. You understand? Yeah. If both are same, you need to provide value. If both are different, try to provide the value. Okay. For example, I'm just giving H4 gender, and here select a month. Okay. So you can provide month here, and you can give Jan, Feb, March, April, like this. Okay. But for John, I don't want to give Jan as value. I just want to give 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. I just given different names. Okay. So here, if you select, you don't have value. So it will select the text. So if you click on submit, gender equal male or female will goes to the URL. For example, for this, you have a value. Explicitly you mention the value. So if you select March, for example, it will send 3 to the URL. I'm selecting March. I'm selecting female. Click on submit. Female will pass through the URL and 3 will pass through the URL. See, gender will be female and month will be 3. Clear? Yeah. And when you're talking about, for example, I'm trying to select hobbies. Okay, so I want hobby and I'm selecting cricket, chess, carom, and football. You can see. But hobbies we are going to select multiple, right? Okay, simple. At select. Try to mention multiple.
సార్ ఇంతకుముందు రేడియోలో అన్ని ఆప్షన్స్ సేమ్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు అది డిసెలెక్ట్ అవుతుంది అంటే సెలెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్ దీంట్లో కూడా సేమ్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఇస్తే అది సెలెక్ట్ అవుతుంది సార్
అంతే కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఇప్పుడు నేను ఫిబ్రవరి సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నా అంటే జనవరి డీసెలెక్ట్ అయినట్టు కదా.
అంటే దాంట్లో అన్ని సేమ్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఇస్తే అది సెలెక్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు
See, select. It's a group. Inside you will mention option. From this group you can select any one. This is another group. You can select any one. And this group name you provide here. This group name you provide here. Any other question?
డిస్సెలెక్ట్ అవుతుంది సార్, అది సెలెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు.
It means, for example, if you not mention same name, you are selecting multiple. That is your point, right? Yeah, but that is not right way to use radio. A radio is to use to select single value. Okay, if you are selecting multiple values means that radio buttons are multiple groups. Okay, same way, if you mention options inside the select, by default you are telling that these 4 options belongs to this group. Select any one of them. By default you are telling that. Okay, you don't need to mention name. If you mention name, then what will happen? This value will assign to that name. Okay, yeah. So I'm using one more form. It's another form. Hobbies I'm using, and at hobbies I mentioned what? Multiple, because hobbies we are going to select multiple values. It comes like this. Using control, hold the control, select multiple options. Okay, click on submit. See, hobbies, cricket and chess is passed in the URL. Clear? Any questions? Okay, so one more topic we need to talk. So try to collect types. Okay, HTML form types. Generally, I will send you the documentation, but yeah, just go through them. Yeah, we have input types. See, you can give type button. We are using submit, right? Instead of submit, you can use button also. Okay, checkbox we already discussed. This one button, it comes like this. Okay, and color we already seen. If you use type date, it will come like this. Type date, and date time local means, yeah, you can click on this option. You will get time as well as date. Okay. Something date, and you can select some hours, 7 o'clock, something minutes. Okay, 7:51. That is date and time. And email, already told you. This is very important. What is this? File. So you will get this option, choose file option. You can click on that. You will directly go to your computer. What is this? Did you write? File. And you can use hidden. What happened? That element is hidden. Okay, yeah. And you can use image data type. Okay, it comes like this because you are not given any input time. And if you give month generally, you can enter your, yeah, so in the particular year you can select particular month. Along year you can select the month, and number already shown you yesterday, and password I told you, radio I told you, range I told you, reset I told you, and search helps you like this. So when you're searching something, you will get into mark. So when I'm trying to write, it's helping me. Is it logo? Maybe some other. background, I searching like this, you get those options. So you can click on into also. Okay. So what is that? Search. Okay. We already discussed. Submit. And this is used for the telephone. Tell. Okay. And text already used. Time. Time. Just now we used date and time. So this is URL. URL means this one, right? This is a URL. You can mention URL and you can mention week. Okay. Wherein 33 week or 34 week like that. Okay. So we have many different types, right? Yeah. This website is what? You know this website? It's called MDN, Mozilla Developer Network. You can give form type, form types. Click on this. Then you will go to the form types directly. Okay. So shortlist all of them. Button, checkbox, color, and not only reading it, try to implement. How I am showing you code. I am writing the code and I'm feeling that output. So if you read, like for example, when you're reading accounts, what you do? We'll open a book and we'll read that, right? So sometimes we'll practice it. So if it is tally, then you can understand, okay, you given accounts properly. For example, if you're not practiced it, I mean, maybe directly if you're trying to attempt that in the exam, if it is not tally, then you will get wrong output. The same way, when you're reading something, try to take that and try to apply here and see the output, feel the output. Then you can understand, okay, this is doing this is doing that. Okay? So I'm just telling you what? I just given you information about only type. The rest I mentioned. Okay? Yeah. So this is about form. Form and you have label also. There is, you can see left side, you can see label. Click on that label. We already seen, right? Label is connected with this input element. And same way, it's legend tag. Click on that legend tag. See what it is doing. Legend element represents a caption for the content of its parent field set. So this is a field set, and here your label is appearing. Okay, so your label is coming here if it is your field set. Okay, and we have seen li list item, right? See list item, and we are not using link. See, have you seen something text scroll on the browser? You can see this one. Mark you. The content is scrolling like this. Okay, it's great now. but you can see this symbol. What it is? It is deprecated. Okay, don't use for the new websites. It is interesting actually. Okay, so many new students, beginners, they want to use MarkU, but I'm not suggesting you do your experiments. But in interview, if interviewer asks you about MarkU, you have to tell them what? No, it is deprecated. I know MarkU, but it is deprecated. So we can't use in the new websites. When we are developing a new website, Yeah, HTML5 is not, it works generally. In HTML5 it works, but you have to tell it is deprecated. Not to use, not to recommend. Okay, so same way you have many different tags. See, these many tags we have in HTML. So we'll use so many things here, so many tags we'll use throughout the course. But yeah, if you get time, please go to this HTML elements reference. If you want, I will tell you again. Very simple. MDN HTML elements reference. Will you click on that? And get all the tags. Just shortlist what tags you require. But no need to worry about the tags now. Just, yeah, I told you about inline elements, block level elements. See, anchor tag is an inline element. Bold is an inline element. Okay, break. We use so many, no? Emphasis, italic. Yeah, these are the inline elements. Come to the block level elements. All headings. Where is the block level? It's not mentioned, but yeah. H1 to H6, section, search, nav, main. These are not block level. Okay, so it's clearly mentioning you root element. And if you want to prepare your own notes, there is very big documentation for you in the MDN, that is Mozilla Developer Network. Okay, please go through this documentation and try to get your knowledge, and along try to practice what I sent you, and along yeah, I will definitely give you assignments. Okay, so as of now what we complete: list, links and form along basic tags. Okay, so basic tags as well as links, list, form. On these 4 topics I will send you some assignments. Try to do that assignment and try to submit. Okay, yeah, take care guys. We'll meet in the next class. We'll continue our discussion. Bye bye.
Thanks.